Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is amaraslogic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks news to talk about. Before we get into it, y'all know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Y'all know what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the pushback with the hiring of Adrian Griffin. I did a little prequel video earlier with just a little excerpt of my feelings and some of the feelings of others. I didn't know this hiring was going to be this controversial. It literally damn near has Bucks Nation split 50-50 on them being okay with Adrian Griffin and them being upset about us not getting Nick Nurse. I had no idea that it was going to go down like this. I'm very confused, just a little bit confused of why everyone's so upset. You know what I'm saying? I guess I want to talk to y'all to just try to get some clarification on what the big issue is with the hiring of Adrian Griffin versus Nick Nurse. You get what I'm saying? I just want some clarification and understanding. Y'all, and then some of y'all are still upset about Bud getting fired. It's probably the most concerning part of this whole argument, is that people are concerned that why was Budenholzer fired? Why didn't Giannis fight for Budenholzer? These are people I just want to address right off the bat. If you're saying that the Bucks should have kept Budenholzer, you clearly do not watch Bucks basketball, or you're just watching highlights. There is no way that you can sit here and tell me that Mike Budenholzer should have retained his job. There's no way. And I'm tired of you telling me about regular season stats. I don't care what happens in the regular season. No one should care. It's about what you do in the playoffs. The playoffs is where you make your name. You don't make your name in the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. You make your name in the playoffs and what you do in the playoffs. You see what Spoelstra is doing? Spoelstra is making himself legendary right now for what he's doing on this playoff run with the undermanned team. He's showing what real coaching can get you. Bud would never be able to duplicate what Spoelstra is doing with Miami right now. And that's one of the main reasons he's out. And then I had some people messaging me, how can you fire a championship coach? Like Bud was the reason we won a championship. Are you kidding me? Bud had nothing to do with us winning a championship. That was superior talent taking over. And had we not won the championship that year, he would have been fired then. Let's be clear. The only reason Bud even stayed an extra year or two was due to that championship, and he should be thanking Giannis for that, because Giannis was on another level on that championship run. That is the only reason Budenholzer was retained. Had we not won that championship, Bud would have been gone years ago. I just want that addressed first. I just want to address that first. If you're here, if you're in this chat fighting for Bud, this might be the wrong podcast for you, because me and you are seeing the same thing, because clearly you're not watching Bucks basketball, because you would be as frustrated as 95% of the people in this chat as they were with Budenholzer for the lack of adjustments, player development. It goes on and on. The only thing that he instilled in this team, that it was okay to shoot threes. And that led to our demise from time to time, chucking up all these threes. That's all Bud did, was instill allowing you players to shoot the three. That's it. I've never seen Bud run a play. Oh, I did see him run like 2 or 3 out of bounds plays that were pretty good. I did see that. But if anything else, you need to tell me why you think Bud should have retained his job, because that whole mentality is crazy. I can understand the Nick Nurse. I can understand that. That's logical. That's a logical reason. Okay, he's won a championship. He's a proven commodity. I get that. That's logical. I'm a person that I can only deal with logic. 1 + 1 always equals 2 with me. It can't sometimes equal 3 or 4. That's not how it works. It has to make logical sense. The dots have to connect. And the dots were not connecting with Bud for many years. It was just finally time that they pulled the plug. And that was it. Shout out to Bucks Nation. I just wanted to go on this quick rant about Bud again, because I think people are confused, or their synapses ain't firing properly for them to understand why Bud is gone. He is gone because he doesn't get it done in the playoffs. Period. That's all that was. Absolutely ridiculous. Talking about why didn't Giannis fight for Bud? If it was up to Giannis, Bud would have been gone years ago. Shout out to Giannis for knowing that. Unbelievable. Trying to talk about Giannis should have fought for Bud. Bud should have fought for himself in the playoffs by calling plays and making adjustments. He should have fought for his own job, not asked Giannis to do it. Why wasn't he fighting for his job? Why wasn't he making the necessary changes? Why was he just letting Jordan Ward rot on the bench? He was letting Beauchamp rot on the bench. AJ Green rot on the bench. Man, if y'all don't get out of here with this Budenholzer stuff, we're about to get into this Nick Nurse. I just wanted to chop up game about Budenholzer and the blowback about Budenholzer not still having a job after he won a championship. Like he was out here coaching like Spoelstra or something, that he earned the right to keep his job. He was doing everything to get fired, if you ask me. Y'all better get real. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button too as y'all come in here. It's absolutely free. There's no cost to hit the like button. Thank you. Let me get into the chat real quick, and then we're about to talk about this Nick Nurse versus Adrian Griffin. But let me get into the chat real quick because I'm going to start blacking out because of Bud, because y'all know how Bud work my nerves. Shout out to Nabel. I see you in the chat, bro. All the real Bucks fans know we don't care what people are saying about the Bucks. Absolutely. Absolutely, Nabel. We don't care. Gibson Nicholas said he's a good coach. I like the hire. Please, let's give him a chance. Please be not quick to judge a book by its cover. Thank you. Thank you, Gibson Nicholas. Absolutely. And what people have to understand is you got to give somebody a chance sometimes. You have to give. Where do you think all these new coaches come from? Where do you think Ime Udoka came from? Where do you think some of these coaches came from? Let's be real. Where do y'all think they came from? They had to be given an opportunity. That's what it is. They had to be given an opportunity. And I think that Adrian Griffin has earned the opportunity to be a head coach. Am I saying that he's more qualified than Nick Nurse? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not a moron. But what I'm saying is, if Nick Nurse, if you do the research, he's had issue with players, getting along with players, and playing young talent and developing young talent. That's a fact. That is an issue. However, what Nick Nurse does excel at is X's and O's and making adjustments, which is what this team needs as well. And he does excel at that. But he has red flags as well. And let's be clear, he withdrew from being the Bucks coach. He didn't finish going through the process. Nick Nurse withdrew. And I'll explain to you in a little bit why he withdrew. But let's keep that in mind as well. And if just think about it. Okay, this is a bad example. Just let's say that Nick Nurse is like Jordan, and then Adrian Griffin is like Kobe. That's not a bad look to get Kobe, is it? Especially if from what I'm hearing is true, that he was the architect behind the defense and he was the one helping with player development. That's what you want. He obviously is learning under Nick Nurse, right? So he's paying attention to the X's and O's. He's learning about defense, but then he has the intangibles of being able to relate to players, being able to develop young talent. There's players around the league who have given credit to Adrian Griffin for their development in their game. We need to take these all in consideration before bashing this man or saying that he shouldn't have this job. Everybody needs to get their opportunity. Ty Lue needed to get his opportunity. Heck, Nick Nurse, he came out of nowhere and was a great coach. Is that not true? Nick Nurse came out of nowhere and was a coach for the Raptors and was able to achieve. Why can't Adrian Griffin do the same thing? Why can't he do the same thing? And especially with, he has notoriety around the league, and he played in the NBA. He played hard-nosed defense, hard worker. He has all those intangibles that you would want in a coach. I think we need to just give him a chance. And then the other things we need to keep in consideration as well is the financials. I'm not saying it's all about finances, but we know that Nick Nurse is going to want a pretty penny as a tier 1 coach to coach a team, and he's going to want a long-term contract. Let's be clear. Money is involved in this decision as well. Where Adrian Griffin being a first-year coach, we have a lot of room there as far as pay and how we want to scale the deal. If it doesn't work out, I feel we can get rid of him fairly quickly. But I have a feeling that it's going to work out, and we'll be looking back at these lives like, your boy amaraslogic was telling the truth. Just give this man a chance. I just don't understand why there's this much pushback with all the positives that have been said about Adrian Griffin. And before we get into more, let's just see what Nick Nurse had to say. Let's look at this picture, y'all. Look at this picture. Apparently, Nurse couldn't refuse the opportunity to coach the reigning MVP in Joel Embiid, despite the fact he has some sort of not so positive history with the big man. His connection with Daryl Morey also played a role in the decision. To recall, before Nurse became an assistant and eventually the head coach of Toronto, he coached the Rio Grande Valley Vipers for 2011 to 2013, the G League affiliate for the Houston Rockets, which is also the time Morey was their general manager. So maybe he was using the Bucks as leverage. Maybe Nurse never wanted to coach the Bucks. Let's work on that theory. What if he never wanted to coach the Bucks? It's possible. It's possible. I'm just saying, look at what they're saying here. You don't know. That's possible. That is possible. That he wanted to coach Philly. That he wanted to work with Daryl Morey again. He has connections with Daryl Morey. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's definitely a possibility. It's a possibility. That's all I'm saying. I just wish that you guys could explain why Adrian Griffin doesn't deserve some form of chance. That's all I'm saying. And I know Nick Nurse is a good coach, but are we going to be able to get talent on our roster and play a top-tier coach? We got to take chances, and I think this was an educated risk by the Bucks getting Adrian Griffin. Let me get back in the chat. Shout out everybody. Kenny Mack, what's good, bro? Hit that like button, y'all. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, Kenny Mack said, if I was in Milwaukee, I would have took Chris Quinn from Miami. Bucks fans would have felt better about that. Okay, elaborate on that, Kenny Mack. Why would they have felt better about Chris Quinn? Elaborate. Bucks #1 said Marjon better be in the starting lineup. He is low-key a bucket. Just needs some playing time. I think Marjon should be getting playing time. I absolutely agree. I think that was a huge detriment of Bud not playing young players. I completely agree with you. Let me make sure I get through everybody here. Nicholas Hazlitt, what's good? Let's go, bro. Absolutely. Gibson said, I say yo from the Bahamas. What up, Bahamas? I said yo. Shout out to the Bahamas. Kenny Mack said, I just don't like that he might bring back the same team back. Yeah, we got to make some changes. We got to make some tough decisions. We definitely got to make some tough decisions. And I got something I'm going to show y'all that we've been kind of discussing over the last couple weeks, and it has a little bit more legs now. I be telling y'all, when you come to this podcast talking about the Bucks, we do foreshadowing here. We let you know what's going to happen possibly before it happens. But I'm going to tap in a minute. I got to show love to the chat first. My boy Daniel Orden, what up, Daniel? Chewy89 said, can you tell Bucks fans that it wasn't about money when it comes to Nick Nurse? I'm not saying it's all about money, but I know that has to play a part a little bit, Chewy. He's going to go for a pretty punny. Shout out to Cynthia for the $9.99 super chat. Salute, Cynthia. Let me get to your super chat real quick, and then I'm going to get back to the chat. Shout out to Cynthia. Oh, Cynthia didn't even say nothing with her super chat. Just showing love. Shout out to Cynthia. I'm going to get to your comments too, Cynthia. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to Cynthia. Let me get through everybody. It's a lot cracking in this chat right now, y'all. Just be patient with me. I want to get everybody their shine in here. Hold on. The Truth said, how can people hate anybody that got hired when they don't even really know of the qualifications of the coach? Who do know is the players, fans, see the big names? Look at the Truth. Shout out to the Truth. My guy, the Truth in the chat, dropping bombs. Daniel said, I'm not upset we didn't get Nick Nurse. I'm not either. Nicholas said, let them hate. I pity the Sixers, says Mr. T. Oh, here we go. Eli J, what up? I'm happy with Griffin. Nurse backed out, so it was a good hire. That's the thing, too. We got to take in consideration Nurse backed out. So he clearly... We don't know if he was using us as leverage. We don't know how serious he was. Do you get what I'm saying? We got to take all that in consideration. And I do want to reiterate, I know Nick Nurse is a quality coach. I was one of the people that was really highly promoting that we should get Nick Nurse when he became available. And I still think he's a quality coach and would have been a quality coach for the Bucks. But if his second in command is available, that's not bad, y'all. That's not bad. And I know that what's going to come up is we're a championship caliber team. He's a new coach, this and that. These are all things that he's going to have to figure out. And I know that that is a concern, and that's valid. And I'm not saying it's not valid. But what I'm saying is Adrian Griffin brings a lot to the table as well, and intangibles. And the other thing that we need to say, y'all, we gotta stop retreading same coaches. We have to start getting new coaching blood in the NBA. And hopefully this is a step in the right direction. A coach get fired, then they get hired again. Fired, hired. Same coaches. How many times does Doc Rivers get fired and he's still getting hired? He's still living off a body he got in 08. Just saying. Just saying. Buck City TV, salute. He said nothing but facts, bro. I'm just trying to keep it real and be unbiased. Cynthia Harris said, Bucks Nation, get the likes up. Yes, ma'am. Solomon Jewell said, there's a lot of subliminal racist comments coming out now about Giannis and the new coach. You already know that's coming. I'm trying not to get into all of that, but you already know that's coming. Wisconsin is a certain way. It just is what it is. That's just par for the course. Cynthia said, Bud don't run plays. Let it fly. Laughing out loud. Bud should have been gone when they lost to Toronto. Some coaches look up and get great players who hide the lack of coaching. How long have we been saying that? Eli says, someone I know who played pro ball is now coaching and training Meg Griffin and said he's very sharp and a really nice guy. That's great comments to hear, Eli J. Thank you for sharing, bro. William Johnson, what's good? He said true. Hey, we're just honest on this podcast, sir. We just keep it real. That's it. There's no biasness. We keep it real. 801 Sleepies. What's good, bro? I said yo, my boy. 801 Sleepies. Got to get all the Z's in there, bro. Shout out. Oh, Patrice Goldberg, what's good? What's good? I don't care what the haters are talking about. The Bucks made the right decision by hiring Adrian Griffin. I am a true Bucks fan for life. There we go. And I know why you said that. Because I'm hearing people, I'm not going to watch the Bucks anymore because they didn't hire Nick Nurse. What kind of fan are you? Just because they didn't hire a coach, you like now you want to jump ship. That's okay. Go ahead, jump off the bandwagon. We don't need you in here. We only want diehard Bucks fans here. You got to go through the ups and downs. It's not going to always be highs. It's going to be lows, peaks, and valleys, and you got to stick through it. Hell, just like a regular relationship. A regular relationship ain't perfect. You got ups and downs. You got to work through that as a team. For real, for real. Brenda, what's good? What's good? What up, Am? What's good? I feel you, but I can't say that on here so I can keep my monetization. My friend Infinity said they don't want him there. Right, give Griffin a chance. That's it. I just give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. Brenda, shout out to Brenda. I know you got to work in the morning. I appreciate you popping in here. William Johnson said players don't like Nick Nurse. It would be hard to get players over here with Duke. See, that's the thing. And that's the thing it's starting to come up more, is that players weren't actually getting along with Nick Nurse. That's part of the problem. And he also plays his players very heavy minutes. Like I said, he's almost from like the Thibodeau style of game. Just playing your starters and running them into the ground. I don't want no Derrick Rose incidents here in Milwaukee. Eli J says Spoelstra was a video coordinator. People raised their eyebrows when Riley hired him. Now he's considered one of the best coaches. Do y'all see what Eli just wrote? That is extremely true. When Spoelstra got hired, everybody was like, what are you doing? Now look at what Spoelstra is doing. Look at what Spoelstra is doing. Why can't Adrian Griffin do the same thing? Awesome point, Eli J. Awesome point. Mr. Cool said Jimmy Butler loves Adrian Griffin. He gives him the credit for his development. Look at that type of... Jimmy Butler is co-signing this dude. I mean, come on. That's a quality NBA player. Brenda, this is all I'm saying. Aren't we tired of seeing recycled coaches? We're not playing musical chair. That's it. It's the same coaches in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Same coaches. I'm glad we're giving somebody a shot. Boots. What's good, bro? Salute all. I'm okay with going with Griffin. Exactly. Appreciate that, bro. Mr. Cool said the last name I want to hear is Budenholzer. He's old news. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nicholas Hazlitt said Beauchamp is far more likely to get minutes under Griffin than Nurse. This is behind retaining Giannis as priority number 2. Yep. Facts. Facts. My boy Humilidon, straight out of Puerto Rico. What up, Bucks Nation? What up, Humilidon? Good to see you. William Johnson said, shout out to Bucks Nation. Absolutely. Eli Harris just came in. Bucks and 6 all day, every day. Bucks and 4 podcast said Marjon will turn into a star under Griffin, and so will AJ Green. I think they have so much upside, Bucks and 4. I think they have so much upside that was untapped potential by Budenholzer, and I think that Adrian Griffin will be able to tap into that potential. Shout out to you. Tim Jones, what's good? What's going on, my boy? I like the higher 100. I do too. I'm just going in with optimism. You can't just be going into certain situations with negative energy. We saw what happened to the Bucks the last 2 seasons. We got put out in the second round year before last. This year, first round. We needed a coaching change, and I like the bold move by the Bucks. Like I said, sometimes you gotta go all in to get the big pot. You feel what I'm saying? Just like like Eli was saying about Miami. They took a chance with Spoelstra and went all in, and with all the noise, they tuned it out and stayed with Spoelstra. Now look, Spoelstra gonna mess around and be a Hall of Fame coach. Real talk. Oh, Buck City TV. That is a... Also, we can't forget Burrow's third quarter meltdown. We've had to be one of the worst third quarter teams in the NBA. Period. Gibson Nicholas said Coach Griffin will prove everybody wrong. Just watch how the Bucks will play next season. I feel the same way. I feel he's going to do it. I feel the same way. Shout out to you. Eli Harris, I like how we got an African-American coach that can relate to the players. Good point. That doesn't hurt. Definitely doesn't hurt. Where my boy Robert at? I didn't see him in here. Where Robert at? Oh, there you go. What up, Robert Brooks? Nurse wanted to ride with Giannis. Giannis just didn't want to ride with him. And newsflash, Nurse didn't back out. He just got beat out. GA wanted AG. Sorry, Pat and Grayson fans just accepted. That's the thing. Y'all gotta... Hey, y'all can't be mad at the Bucks if Khris Middleton and Giannis were both co-signing Adrian Griffin. That says a lot right there. If they both were co-signing, so it's not like the Bucks just said, "Oh, we're hiring Adrian Griffin," without talking to key contributors on the team. You got to think 2 of our longest standing players in Middleton and Giannis both wanted Adrian Griffin. If they wanted Nick Nurse, they would have pushed for Nick Nurse. You don't think the Bucks would have hired Nick Nurse if Giannis said he wanted Nick Nurse regardless of the financial impact? Y'all got to start putting dots together. Y'all got to start connecting the dots. Also, you got to think these players talk to one another. You don't think Giannis and them was asking about Nick Nurse? Something had to come up why they moved away from him. That's what y'all need to be thinking about. Why did Middleton not want Nick Nurse? That's something to think about. Let me get in the rest of the chat. Y'all going off in the chat. My bad. Dislike Kiddo. Nick Nurse was a psycho mastermind we needed. Griffin more of a player's coach and preacher. Our half-court offense will still struggle. That's one thing I don't know, Dislike Kiddo, is what type of offense Griffin will run. That's a reasonable response. My boy, the truth. People need to know. 1 second, y'all. People need to know why management truly let Bud go. Bud screwed off. Bud screwed off their 5 second rounders they spent on Crowder, and the man was a free agent. Good point. Hey, y'all be patient with me. I went down the wrong pipe. Just give me a second here. Green Ranger in the house. Let's go. Let's go, Green Ranger. Shout out to you. Daniel Orton said, I want Bud gone after the 2019 playoff run. If I keep hitting 100, I wanted him out after the title run. Same. I wanted him gone too. That championship kept him 2 years longer than he should have been here, real talk. Nabel said he heard the Brooks may leave to the Brook may leave to the Lakers. I don't know if it's true though. If he goes, I want to sign and trade. Daniel Orton said, laughing out loud, Boston, can you stand the rain? Speaking of Boston, let's get into this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all this. Give me 1 second here to bring it up. Y'all remember we was talking about this for a few weeks, right? You guys see the man I have on the screen here, Mr. Jaylen Brown, right? Now, I'm going to scroll down and read this to you. After Brown's uninspiring Game 7 performance, it appears his future with the team is uncertain, as he is due for a Supermax extension. But whether the Celtics give him one or not is still up in the air. It's very possible that Brown will end up playing for a different team next season. And the Atlanta Hawks plus 200 and Milwaukee Bucks plus 300 are currently the biggest threats to land him, according to Bet Online. We've been telling y'all about the Jaylen Brown thing is getting more legs now. And after that playoff performance, it might be more reasonable to be able to get Jaylen Brown. Let's just start a small conversation about that. What do y'all think about getting Jaylen Brown, even with this playoff performance? Would you prefer Jaylen Brown over Khris Middleton? Because I'm assuming that's who we would have to trade to get Jaylen Brown. Would you prefer Jaylen Brown over Khris Middleton, even after what you saw in this last playoff series? The truth said, Nurse is a bulldog on his player. Some players can't handle that. That's true. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying that Adrian Griffin is more of a player's coach. He connects well with the players. Conrad Turner said, I said, yo, my bro, should be interesting Bucks season. Can't wait to see the moves the Bucks will make. I hope they make moves. Dislike Kiddo said, if we lose Middleton or Brook, we're done. Not necessarily true, sir. It depends who we get back in return if we lose any of those players, Dislike Kiddo. But it definitely will affect the team because those are people that have been around for a while. Cynthia said, get those likes up. Please do. It's free. Thank you. Eli J said, Brook ain't going back to L.A. Mr. Cool said, I will take Middleton over Jaylen Brown. Would you take Jaylen Brown over Middleton? Is it strictly due to age or is it due to overall ability? I really think Jaylen Brown has a very high ceiling. I think that he just needs to be with the right coach to bring it out of him and right system. Nabel said, Bucks go all in for Jaylen. I think it would be a good look for us to get Jaylen. And I think that would be a true running mate for Giannis. Boots said Griffin helps that, I think. I think so too. I think he helps too. I definitely think he helps. Let me put that back up here so y'all know what's going on here. Jaylen Brown, come on to the Bucks. We got room for you, player. Come on down. Green Ranger said, I think Griffin helps with recruiting. I think so too, especially how highly he is respected around the league. I think so as well. I think so too. Jaylen Brown, Middleton is getting injury prone, and we need young talent. Absolutely. I would make the move. Bucks and Forward podcast. Jrue and Bobby for Jaylen Brown. Khris, Jaylen Brown, Giannis, then sign a PG or trade Allen and Pat or PG. You give up Jrue before Khris? I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think I'd rather give up Khris than Jrue. Conrad Turner said, I have to see it to believe it, but he would be awesome fit on the team. I agree. But look at those eyes. That means there's something going on. The Bucks might be trying to pull it, y'all. They really might be trying to pull it. Hilarious. Daniel or Jaylen Brown was looking like Khris Middleton last night. He sure was. What do you have, 11 turnovers, something crazy? He had a very bad night at the worst possible time. The worst possible time. Somebody else said the same thing, Nicholas Hazlitt. Jaylen and Pritchard for Khris. I don't know about that. I know Jaylen has upside, Pritchard too, but I don't know. I feel like that's a lot to give up. Khris. I think they need to throw in something else besides Jaylen and Pritchard. Maybe a second round pick, and I would consider it. Then I would consider it. Dakota Bruner, I don't know if I've ever seen you in the chat. Salute. Jaylen Brown and Giannis would be a cool duo to see. I agree. And I feel like this is no disrespect to Khris Middleton. I appreciate everything you've done. But Khris Middleton, I think, is better suited as a third option versus a second option. He doesn't give you the production of a second fiddle. Like if we had to say Kawhi was a number one, right? PG-13 is a legit 2. Do you guys think Khris Middleton is better than Paul George? I think Paul George is a tier 2 player. He's a great compliment to a great player. Do you guys think Khris Middleton is equivalent to Paul George? I can't say that. I feel like Khris Middleton is a tier 3 player masquerading as a tier 2. That's my opinion. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Shout out to you, Dakota. Appreciate you in the chat. Eli J said, I don't think we can trade Brown for Middleton. I think we couldn't assign and trade. Patricia Goldberg said, yeah, I prefer Jaylen Brown most definitely. Agreed. Now, this is a great point. I do have to agree with this here. Khris shows up in the playoffs. That is a good point. Khris Middleton plays way better in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. Why that is, I don't know. But I would prefer a player that plays good in the regular season and in the playoffs. It would be nice to have a combo. And I would think besides this bad couple games for Jaylen Brown, he was playing excellent until this series in Game 7. I think Jaylen Brown was playing very well, especially in the 3-game win streak. So let's not take away one game. Let's not have one game signify a player's whole playoff history. Jaylen Brown was hooping in these playoffs until this series, until Game 7. Let's be clear. The Truth said, I'd give up Jrue any day of the week before Khris. Really? Y'all would give up Jrue? Are y'all saying y'all would give up Jrue before Khris due to Jrue saying he would retire at the end of his contract? Is that the reason? Or is it skill-wise? Mr. Cool said, Jaylen Brown really dislikes Giannis. Keep that in mind. I will. If that's the case, then I don't know how that would work. Nicholas Haslam said Amara is a Khris hater. I'm not a Khris hater. I just told you Khris be hooping in the playoffs. He's just inconsistent during the regular season and is a turnover machine. That's it. I like Khris. Khris is a nice guy. He give you about 20 points. This is the problem with Khris in the regular season. If you need him to get 12, he gonna get you 20. You need Khris Middleton to get you 30, he's still gonna get you 20. That's my problem with Khris Middleton. Nicholas, I'm not trying to black out on Khris. I'm just saying the facts, sir. Come on, there is validity in what I'm saying, Nicholas. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Trevor Marks was good. I was about to say the same thing. Giannis don't like Brown. Just saying. Maybe if they were playing together, they would learn to like each other. Shaq and Kobe didn't really like each other, but they managed to win multiple championships. Keep that in mind. Eli J is it true? And Nicholas has an ever be hate no Chris, but I still rock with it. Shout out, I appreciate that, Eli. Y'all funny. I don't be hate no Chris. Oh, y'all wild. Cynthia Harris said Middleton makes too much money not to show up in the playoffs. Facts. Trevor Mark said, nah, Jrue been iffy lately when it comes to the playoffs. Khris does show up, but I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so are you guys saying Jrue's playoff woes are making him more of a liability that you guys are willing to trade him before Khris because you feel Khris is more dependable in the playoffs? If so, that's a valid point. I can co-sign that. If you're telling me, if you're looking at what they're doing in the playoffs, I would definitely take Khris over Jrue. But Jrue has some very key moments defensively that you got to take in consideration as well. But I get where y'all coming from. Y'all coming from. Here y'all coming for Jrue now. Okay, I love Jrue, but he's been shaky on offense. He's definitely been inconsistent. But he's never been like a world beater offensively. He's a slow back to the basket ISO type of player. And that's why I'm wondering, too, how he'll incorporate with Adrian Griffin. If Adrian Griffin wants to play a more up-tempo style, I don't know if Jrue really fits that mold. I don't know if he does. Conrad said, only what first-year coaches won the NBA championship? It's going to be a minute for Griffin to get there. Do we, as a Bucks, want to win soon as Griffin take the reins, or are we going to wait a few years? We just got to see what happens. I get what you're saying, Conrad. We just got to see what happens. I hope I'm saying your name right, bro. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Isco, what do you think about Lauri Markkanen? I like Lauri Markkanen. He's a really good player. He's really shown what he can be, especially after leaving the Bulls. He showed flashes with the Bulls, but he's blossomed into an all-star player with Utah. I like Lauri Markkanen. I think a really solid player. Dakota Bruner said Jaylen Brown and Giannis timelines match up better than Giannis and Khris. That's a good point. That's a good point, y'all. That's a good point. That's a good point. Eli J said Jrue is schizophrenic. Yeah, he's very up and down. Trevor Mark said, what it do, Amara? What it do, Trevor? Good to see you in here. Everybody hates Khris. Like the TV show. Shout out to Daniel. Bucks and Forward podcast. Khris is greater than Jrue because Khris shows up in the playoffs. Plus, Jrue has the highest value he's ever had right now. He'll never be an all-star again as he was all defensive first team. Khris off injury, less value. Good point, Bucks and Forward. Good point. So we're saying now, so you guys are in agreement. You guys want Jrue gone instead of Middleton. That's what I'm hearing. All right. Green Ranger said, nah, Jrue is the guy we have to trade. 37 to 40 million is too much for a guy struggling to score 15 points in a playoff game. Okay, Jrue, you on the clock. Hey, they're on your helmet, sir. You are on the clock. Robert Brooks said the truth. Middleton be out there sweating like an old uncle at the family reunion. What's wrong with y'all today? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all coming for everybody. I mean, shots fired at everyone. I mean, Jesus. Shout out to the chat. Y'all came off of the holidays ready to let everyone have it. Everyone can get it. Everyone can get it. Nicholas Hasler said, keep bringing the logic. Thanks for the Bucks talk. Stay good, Bucks Nation. Bedtime. Shout out to you, Nicholas. Appreciate you popping in, bro. Appreciate you. Green Ranger said, I'm not the biggest Khris Middleton fan, but at least he can still score. Jrue Holiday been killing us. Damn, y'all got some good points in here about Jrue. Have I been overlooking Jrue's deficiencies in my blind hate for Khris Middleton? Do I need to dig a little deeper into Jrue? Have I been unloading the cannon way too much on Khris Middleton, and I should be unloading the cannon on Jrue. He was getting destroyed by Jimmy Butler and then did nothing on offense either. So maybe we need to look at this a little differently. Just maybe. 801 Sleepy Seed says, what are your thoughts on Stanley Johnson's defense? I think he's solid. Solid defender. Known for defense. Definitely a solid defender. Dakota Bruner. I think Jrue should go first and maybe Khris at the deadline. Damn. Okay. Shout out to you. Okay. So, all right. So we trade Khris then. Okay. And I'm sorry. We trade. Look at that. That was terrible. That made me look really bad. I guess we trade Jrue. Jrue, y'all. Mac P, my boy, made it in here. My bad, Amherst Bill. I had to check in. Appreciate you. Always love, Mac P. Always love. Robert Brooks said, Mr. Cool, we don't have much time for Middleton. He is more of a $20 million guy than a $40 million guy as of these days. That's what I'm saying. If we keep Middleton, it has to be at the right amount of cash. Pun intended. Y'all see what I did there? Cash and he's cash. Y'all see what I did there? But yeah, we can't pay Khris Middleton $40 million, y'all. That's ridiculous. Khris Middleton $40 million, that's crazy. We can't do that, y'all. I like Khris, but I've always said Khris Middleton is cool at like 20-some million. At 40 million, 30 plus, I don't trust Khris. Okay, this is what I'm saying. If you're paying Khris Middleton $40 million, you're telling me that he's an official tier 2. He's an official Robin. He's not. He's more Alfred than Robin, y'all. So if that's the case, we can't give him $40 million. He's not worth $40 million. If I'm paying you $40 million, you're giving me 25 a game in the regular season. Period. That's the quota. You make $40 million, you should be scoring 25 points a game. Is that unreasonable? Is that unreasonable for Khris Middleton to score 25 points a game at $40 million? Because if you're telling me he can't do that, then he shouldn't be getting $40 million. Period. Daniel said, I resigned 2 years, $60 million. Okay. I can understand that. That's fair to me. 2 years, $60 million for Middleton. I'll do that. The Truth said, but Jrue is getting paid damn near the same as Khris, and we're attacking Khris. No, I'm taking some of my Khris slander back. I'm throwing slander at Jrue. Yeah, if Jrue gonna retire in 2 years, let's get rid of him. I want somebody. We need to get rid of somebody from that big three, and we know Giannis isn't going. So we need to get rid of Middleton or Jrue. And what y'all saying, you bringing up valid points, let's get rid of Jrue. He retiring anyway in 2 years. Hey, let's just trade Jrue. If we got to include Bobby P, the mayor, so be it. To get somebody quality, like a Dame back, like a Jaylen Brown back, let's do it. I'm not against it. And I'm not a Khris hater. Khris has just frustrated me over the years because I feel he has so much upside and the inconsistency stops him from being where he could be a tier 2 player. Green Ranger said, Khris is still valuable. I agree. He is just better as a third option. We should move Holiday for Fred VanVleet and who else? Because we would need more. Because VanVleet is kind of small and don't play defense like that. But I do agree Khris is valuable, but he's better suited as a third option. That's all I'm saying. There's no slander. I like Khris Middleton. But your second option can't be getting $40 million and barely scoring 20 points a game. That's not second option money. That is second option production. That is third option production. Come on, y'all. We got to be real. The Truth said, never should we ever trade Jrue for no VanVleet. Not just VanVleet. No, sir. I'll do this. I'll trade for VanVleet and like Pascal Siakam or OG Anunoby. I'll trade Khris for both of them. I'll do that now. I would do that, but not just a 1-for-1 trade. Absolutely not. That's crazy. Eli J said, ain't nobody scoring 25 a game with Giannis ball dominance. Kobe was very ball dominant. Shaq was still able to get his money. Kobe was very ball dominant. Paul Gasol still got his money, and Andrew Bynum still got his money. That's just an excuse, bro. Khris Middleton just don't have that gear. He just doesn't have that gear, in my opinion. Like I said, as a third option, he'd be devastating. But as your second option, he's shaky. Can we at least say that, Eli? I know me and you go back and forth all the time. Can we at least say that you think that Khris Middleton would excel more as a third option versus a second option player? My boy Amtrak's in the chat. We got to see what Griffin can get out of the roster before we start getting rid of people. We're a bad back from being in the finals this season. Yeah, bad back from being in the finals this season. Possibly. But once it and I know what you're saying, Amtrak. I just still feel like other teams are going to get better. Other teams are going to start stacking the deck. We can't remain stagnant. If we're already being bold, making the decision to hire a first-time coach, we got to be bold with the roster as well. You can't just be bold with the coach and then just leave the roster the same. You got to go all in all the way. 801 Sleepies said, I think AJ Green is solid. Me too. I think he's a future Duncan Robinson. Gibson Nicholas said, Griffin will help our team play much better next season. Agreed. Tom Christian, what's good? I don't know if I've ever seen you in the chat. Salute. Jordan was ball dominant. Pippen 8. That's a good point. This is what I'm saying. If we were bold enough to, let me just say that the truth, shout out to you, bro. Ain't no way in hell they bring back this roster. That's what I'm saying. You guys gonna have to accept there's going to be roster changes. By this bold decision of bringing in a first-time coach, they're not going to bring in a first-time coach with this same team as it is right now. There will be roster changes. I don't know if it's going to be within the big three per se, but as far as the others, there's definitely going to be some movement. It's definitely going to be some movement. Y'all have to come to the realization that we're an aging team. You need an injection of youth. And the only way we're going to do that is by trading either a Khris or a Jrue, even a Bobby Portis or a Brook. We need to do something to get an injection of youth. Y'all do understand we don't have draft picks. We're not going to be able to get younger through the draft. Y'all have to understand that. We're literally going to have to buy people's draft picks at this point. We don't have any first rounders. We have very limited second rounders. We need to make a move to get this roster younger, y'all. Y'all just got to be real with that. Mac P said, I believe Marjon can produce exactly what Caleb Martin is doing in the playoffs. Awesome. I agree with that. That is a great comparison, Mac P. Salute. That is a great comparison. I believe Marjon can do exactly what he's doing as well. That is a great point. This man, we deep in the luxury tax. How are we going to solve that problem? We got to move some bodies. If you get younger players, they're usually in more reasonable contracts as well. And other teams might want more veteran leadership on their team because their team is too young. So that's where teams like the Rockets and teams like that are really young but need veteran leadership would be good options for trades along with Portland. Besides Dame, that's a really young roster there, and they have some talent. These are things that we need to be looking towards. That's just a fact. We have luxury tax. We can't be paying Jrue $40 million and Middleton $40 million coming here. One of them is going to go, ladies and gentlemen. We have to come to that realization. Someone got to go. Okay, Green Ranger said you guys are overrating Holiday. Okay, valid point. We might be. Eli J said, I didn't say nobody eats with Giannis, but average of 25 is a tall ass. What I guess the point I was trying to make, Eli, I need to see Khris Middleton doing more than his status quo. If you look at Khris Middleton's career after he started averaging 20, that's all he did. He might have had one season more than 20. I would just think he's been in the league this long. He would find another gear to at least get you 22, 23 points a game. You get what I'm saying? Steph Curry, right? He's a 30-point a game scorer. Klay Thompson got 2 bad knees and still giving you 22. You see what I'm saying? And Jordan Poole is averaging 20. So where are the excuses? If Steph is averaging 30, and Thompson is averaging over 20, and Poole is averaging 20, Do we really have a true excuse for Middleton not to be averaging 23 ish a game? That's all I'm saying. But I get your comment, Eli J. I know, but you know how we banter back and forth. You know it's all love, Eli. Mr. Cool said, you guys talk like we're a last place team. We had the best record in NBA. Stop the fire, Sam. My boy Mr. Cool always trying to bring us back to earth when we be taking off. We be out of here, bro. We be out of orbit. Mr. Cool, go ahead and bring the shit back. Like, hold on. We had the best. We've had the best record over the last 5 years. We got one championship. But you have a good point. We're a regular season team and not a playoff team for the most part. If you look at how we perform in the playoffs, besides the championship run, we've really come up short more times than not in the playoffs. That's why I'm not hanging my hat on what happens in the regular season. Regular season is just a precursor to the playoffs, getting you ready for when it really matters. And besides our championship year, we've pretty much been coming up short in the playoffs. Let's be real. So that's why I'm thinking more of a roster change. This roster has got a championship, but how much more can we squeeze out of these old men? You know what I'm saying? How much time do they got left? Let's be real. Lopez is 35, y'all. Y'all think he's going to have another year like that at 36? I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just trying to be real. 801 Sleepy said, do you think Lonzo will still play? Nope. Lonzo will be retiring within the year. His knees are completely shot. He might have that Brandon Roy thing going on. I think it's a wrap. Conrad Turner said, need to find the scrappy players that can ball and score when it comes to playoff time. Exactly. But in order for that to happen, we have to move. We're going to have to move somebody. And I'm not saying fire sale, my boy, Mr. Cool, but maybe a garage sale? Can we do a garage sale, Mr. Cool? If we're not doing a fire sale, can we do a community garage sale? The truth said it's easy to solve our luxury tax problems. Move Jrue and Lopez for young guns problem. So there you go. Bucks and Florida podcast. We can use Hugo Besson next year or trade him to the Spurs to play with the French teammate Wemby. They have a ton of picks and young guys to choose from. Good point. I forgot about Hugo Besson. Good point, Bucks and Four podcast. Shout out. My guy, he was good. To be honest, I wouldn't mind a rebuild. I feel we might need to start from scratch, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to say from scratch. That's a little bit much, but we do need some roster changes for luxury tax issues and to just get younger. That's just being real. Ha! Humilion said I have Brown on the Bucks in NBA 2K23. Hey, how's your season working out, bro? You doing good with that lineup? Who's your lineup? That's hilarious. The truth said, Mr. Cool, you got to understand how we got the record as a number one. We played a lot of bottom feeders and we struggled with them. That's valid, the truth. That's valid. Mr. Cool said Klay Thompson was awful. That's true. He was awful, but he was still giving you 20 plus. That's all I was saying. They have 3 players on the Golden State Warriors roster that was averaging 20 plus a game. That's all I was saying, because you're saying how ball dominant Giannis is. All I'm saying is Steph Curry is equally dominant, but there's still multiple other players scoring 20 points a game. So what's the excuse for Middleton not being able to up his average a little bit? At least to 23? I don't think that's crazy. For a $40 million a year player is what I'm saying. You're all right, to put in perspective, what is Bobby was averaging like 17 and 10, and he getting barely over 10 million. And Khris is getting quadruple the amount of money for just a little bit more production. I'm just saying, keep that in mind. Mac P said that record don't mean anything. Not if it ain't with leading no championship, sir. Absolutely. Shout out to Buck Shad. Yeah, so plenty of y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Shout out. Mr. Cool said that's because we had a regular season coach. Oh, Bud is known for being a regular season coach all day. Shout out to my boy Select Sense. Northside, Milwaukee, stand up. You already know what it is, bro. You already know. Capital Drive. Yes, sir. My boy Select Sense said, get the likes up. Mac P said, Lonzo Ball is cooked. He's well done. Lonzo Ball is well done cooked. I don't know if y'all remember Sizzler, and if you ever ordered a steak from Sizzler, even if you ordered it medium or rare, it always came well done. That's what Lonzo Ball is. Shout out to Sizzler if you remember what the Sizzler was. Humility said, I got Holiday, Marjon, Brown, Giannis, and Porter. Oh, that's a nice lineup. Y'all see this lineup? Y'all would be mad at this lineup? Holiday, Marjon, Brown, Giannis, and Portis? That ain't bad. That ain't bad, Humility. Man, it's a lot of comments. Let me just try to get through everybody. We need to do what the Spurs did when they got Kawhi. Trade a key piece to get a younger to extend the championship window. That's what we need to understand. We have a generational talent that's still in his prime. And we have surrounded him with aging veterans. And you guys want to keep these aging veterans around because they win a lot of games in the regular season. Youth pays dividends, especially in the playoffs. Look at Miami. Their young guys are who are stepping up and kicking in, which is why they're partially in the final. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's doing his thing, but you got the Caleb Martin, you got the Struces, all the young players are kicking in. That's why if we want to extend our championship window, we have to make tough decisions of trading players to get younger. We need young legs. We have a Ferrari on our team. You know what Ferraris are? They're a lot of maintenance. We have a Porsche on our team that has unlimited energy, and he wants to run. We need players that can run. Wes Matthews can't run no more. Dragic can't run no more. Brook Lopez definitely can't run no more. Middleton and Jrue and we need to pick up the pace. We need speed. I'm telling y'all, one of them gotta go. Maybe Jrue. One of them gotta go. They just gotta go. King Queese, I hope I'm saying it right. If I'm not, let me know. King Queese said we still need a 2-guard with that lineup. I think that our 2-guard of the future is Marjon Beauchamp. Under the right tutelage and development, our 2-guard should be Marjon Beauchamp. What has Marjon Beauchamp showed you? So you telling me y'all don't think Marjon is on the level or better than Pat Connaughton or Grayson Allen, two of our previous starting shooting guards? Come on, y'all. He brings as much to the table and more, and he's a bigger body, more athletic. Just saying, and plays better defense. 801 Sleepy said, I feel like the Bulls kind of rushed Zoe. Yep, destroyed him. He'll sue him in the long run. Don't even trip. He's going to sue him. The Truth said, we had a roster that wasn't good enough for the playoffs. Let's keep it real. Our team was a regular season team. It's been that way for since Bud has been here. We have dominated in the regular season and fizzled out in the playoffs. Besides when Giannis and Middleton both just went crazy in the 21 season. And think about the numbers they was putting. Giannis is scoring 40 and 50. Middleton scoring 40 and 50. I mean, they were putting up numbers. Middleton, they were saying Middleton was Batman and Giannis was Robin the way Middleton was hooping in that playoff run. So let's be clear. The championship we won were two of our 3 key players were playing out of their mind. Completely out of their mind. Middleton might have been averaging damn near 40 for a couple series. That's a huge jump from 20 to 40. 20 points, you can't expect that type of performance from that guy every playoff series. Let's be real. We need more help. We need more scoring. Ha! Trevor Mark said Crowder can't hoop no more. So are y'all done with Crowder? The thing is, Trevor Mark, we gave up 5 second-round pick. We got to give him one more year, fam. We got to give him one more year, bro. We got to give him one more year. Okay, Keith laughing out loud. Okay, I got you. I'll remember next time you in the chat. The Truth said, Mr. Cool, championship teams don't develop players. They acquire players that's ready to go. That's a fair point. Depending on the championship window, that's a fair point. Key said he definitely is. I don't know if he is the answer for next year though. Okay, but you saying he the future? I can dig with that. Rated R Savior said Marjon could become an OG and Unobi type player with Griffin developing the young guy. Great comparison. That is a great comparison. I like that comparison. Shout out to Rated R Savior. I like that. The Truth said we got to give Crowder a chance. The man was out of basketball shape because of Phoenix. Good point. Besides that, we gave up 5 second-round picks. We got to bring you back to see if you got anything left in the tank. We got to be sure. Bucks and 4 podcast. We could trade Jrue for DeJounte Murray and AJ Griffin, coach's son. Murray and Marjon played in high school together for a year, and he can bring similar play as Jrue, but younger. I'm not against that. I'm not against it. My boy Jimmy Roller made it in the chat. Shout out to Jimmy Roller here late. All good. Glad you was able to pop in, bro. Salute to Jimmy Roller. Always in the chat. Shout out to you. King Key said, well, no, we need Jay. We at least need to give him one more season to see what he got left in the tank. My boy Eli J said, if I can pay Chris anymore, I'm gonna have to send him a bill for acting as his agent. That's an absolute fact. That's an absolute fact. One more time, my boy Eli been holding it down. My boy Eli been holding it down. Mr. Cool said, the Truth, the Celtics thought Brogdon was going to get them over the top. They did, but he was 6th man in the year. He did bring a lot, but yeah, he wasn't doing nothing in his playoff run for the most part. That's true. That's true. That definitely backfired. Definitely backfired. Contain 4 feet. I want to see the Bucks go get Jordan back. No, we can't do that now. I wish he would have. Bud is the reason we got rid of Ward, but I feel you contain 4 feet. We should have never got rid of Ward. My man is taking off on everybody right now. My boy, the Truth is taking off on everyone. He is taking off. We pass on a lot of talent yearly because we try to maintain these YMCA players around Giannis and Khris. Jesus. Oh, man. Y'all going in. I don't know what happened over Memorial Day, but I see a lot of y'all came in. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. I like the energy. I like this. Y'all turn up on people. I like it. I cheerlead foolishness, y'all. Y'all go ahead. I like this. I like this. Y'all wild. Y'all very wild. Shout out to the chat. King Key said, yeah, if we give up Jrue, we definitely need to make up for that on defense. It's going to be too rough on us losing that. Yep. Agreed. Y'all are wild today. Y'all are super wild. Mac P said, them second round picks hurt though. I can't lie. Crowder got to give us a return on them picks. That's why I'm saying we can't just off him, bro. We just can't off him. We gotta give him a little bit more time, or at least let him play in shape and let him have some type of value. So maybe we can trade him to get some picks back from another team. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Joe Ingles definitely gotta go. Joe Ingles, no disrespect, I don't think that Joe Ingles could beat my mother in the 100-yard dash. No disrespect. He just don't got it. He don't got nothing left. Trevor Mark said Ingles is done. Yo, oh yeah, Ingles is done. Ingles is done. Ingles should be playing in the Big Three damn near at this point. Ingles should be in the Big Three, or he could be playing in Tel Aviv Maccabee somewhere, or with Boogie Cousins down in is he in Puerto Rico? Humilidon, if he's still on here. But yeah, he should be playing with he should be down there with Humilidon in Puerto Rico playing with DeMarcus Cousins. I didn't see a lot from Ingles this year, and I was trying to defend Ingles, and I'm just like, man, this dude can't move. He looks stiff. He might need a muscle relaxer or something. He just can't move. I don't know what was good with Ingles. He just, I mean, not everybody recovers from those type of injuries. So I just think he's a player at his age. He's just not able to recover. He would be a great, like, 10th player on the bench, but he can't be getting significant minutes for your team unless he's hot. Shots fired. Shots fired. Everything that was Bud's fave has got to be gone. You want all remnants of anything involving Bud gone is hilarious. But I understand. Just say it. I understand. Contain 4 feet said all Bud guys should be traded. Damn, Bud really left a sour taste in Bucks Nation. Wow, they want anything associated with Bud gone. Assistant coaches, his favorite chair, his cubicle. Y'all want everything hazmated and out of here. Burn to the ground. Burn it down. Burn it down. I feel y'all. Y'all funny as hell today. What's wrong with y'all today? Green Ranger said, I swear Coach Griffin better not start Grayson Allen or Pat Connaughton. Oh, that would be an epic fail if he does that. Grayson, one of them could come. I'm going to say this. One of the two got to go. If I had to choose, I'll say Connaughton. Grayson Allen could come off the bench. I think he's better suited coming off the bench. But I definitely would get rid of Pat before I got rid of Grayson. It wouldn't even be close. Pat should be gone now. Pat should be gone now. He did nothing. Chewy89 said Middleton should be looked at for a trade. Or jrue. We're not just going to bash Middleton here. Look, Eli J. I'm standing up for Khris, Eli J. You see that? I stood up for Khris. You see, I threw Jrue under the bus. I threw Jrue under the bus too. You see that? What up, Travis Fletcher? I don't know if I saw you in the chat earlier. What's good? What's good? Do you think the Bucks should trade for AG Son in Atlanta? Buddy is nice. Gave it to the Bucks first 2 games versus the Hawks. I'm not against it, depending if they don't want too much. I'm not against it, and I did see upside from his son as well. Humilidon said, yeah, we got a lot of players here, NBA players here. Cousins, Whiteside, Cole, Lance Stevens. Jesus. Lance Stevens said Brandon Knight. Y'all got a whole squad, a whole NBA squad down there. Y'all team better be cold. Y'all should be cold then. Chewy89 said younger. Yeah, we got to get younger. Robert Brooks said Grayson and Pat shouldn't be starting anything but a U-Haul truck. So y'all just going to take off on everybody. So nobody's off limits besides Giannis. Y'all are taking off on every Bucks player little by little. Y'all are funny today. Somebody is definitely grinding y'all gears today. Y'all are taking off on everybody. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Eli J. Pat had a down year. Agreed. Which is why I said he's tradable. The truth said I drive Pat and Grayson on out of here on the U-Haul. Come on, y'all. This is too much. This is too much, y'all. This is too... Daniel, this is all I'm saying, bro. These dudes is really wilding in the chat today. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the... Do y'all see why this is the best Bucks podcast? Look at the comment section. How can you not love this comment section and how we interacted? Shout out to the chat. What? Eli J said Pat should be gone. Absolutely. He should be gone ASAP. Mr. Cool said, you guys act like our team is a nursing home team. Kinda. We one of the oldest team in the league, bro. I'm not going to say nursing home, but what about recently retired? We just started getting free sodas from McDonald's. How about that? We not AARP, but we free sodas at McDonald's. I'll say that. And coffee. Free sodas and coffee at McDonald's. That's about how old this team is. The truth said Pat's supposed to be gone with Bud after that championship game. Gee, this man got specific. He said after the game they should have been gone. Come on, the truth. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The truth is on it today. Contain 4 feet said Jay Brown for Khris and Pat for or Gray. Okay. Would you substitute Khris for Jrue Holiday, though? Would you say Jaylen Brown for Jrue and Pat or Grayson instead of Khris? If Khris would come back at a more affordable contract. I think that's the key with Khris. Will he come back at a cheaper price? That's key. I think that's key for me of what I want for Middleton. Oh, y'all so wild in the comment section. Trevor Mark said, we aging like a... That's what I'm saying. We one of the oldest teams in the league. That's what I'm saying. We one of the oldest teams in the league, so we got to get younger. Jrue hey, y'all got to be real with yourselves here. Khris or Jrue has to go for the benefit of Giannis. One of these players needs to be sacrificed for Giannis's career to continue at a high clip and for this team to continue contending for championships. One of them has to go. Two $40 million players that aren't Giannis, one of them has to go, y'all. That's just what it is. We got to be real. I think we'll regress if we keep this same team going into next year. This team will regress. Other teams are getting better. They're getting younger. They have draft picks. They're making moves. And if we stand pat, we will regress, you guys. Regardless of who the coach is, we need to make different acquisitions. Damn, comment section on fire. Y'all are so wild. Hold on. Mr. Cool said Jaylen Brown very, very overrated? I don't know about that. Eli J said AJ Green should have never seen the court. We have too many players getting time that need to be shipped. Are you saying that AJ Green should have seen? Okay, yeah, should have seen the court, right? I hope I'm saying that right, Eli J. Shout out to you. Jimmy Rose said, I don't think we should take Middleton even on a discount. Cutthroat. Jimmy Rose, cutthroat. Contain Force Feet said, hopefully we bring back the jersey with the deer on it next year. That's a dope jersey with the deer. Yeah, that's a dope jersey. I actually just recently bought Giannis's rookie jersey, actually, for Mitchell and Ness. It's hard. The old school Giannis rookie year jersey, hard. Can't wait to rock that this summer. Shout out to Garfield Days for our local Milwaukee residents. Can't wait for Garfield Days. Mr. Cool said, I'm older than all of you. Stop attacking old people. This is age discrimination. So y'all just gonna keep going, huh? Y'all gonna keep stopping. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Oh, Rated R Savior says Celtics fans are roasting us for Grant Williams' game and got hit by the basketball guys with Caleb Martin masterclass. Outstanding comment, sir. Outstanding comment, sir. The truth, and a lot of us would like to apologize to you, Mr. Cool OG. We not age discriminating. Giannis is only 28. He's still in his prime. We just want to get younger to maximize his championship window. No disrespect to Mr. Cool. Shout out to my boy, Mr. Cool. I wish we could have still used those Cream City jerseys. Those are hard. The Cream City jerseys are hard. Agreed. See, now you want to go down here, Mr. Cool. See, let's suit up Marcus Johnson. Come on, Mr. Cool. Come on, bro. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Shout out to Mr. Cool. Dude, Daniel Ord, what is going on, bro? What is going on in the chat right now? Y'all are really, really wilding right now in the chat. King Temp was good. Yes, I'll take Brown over Khris. Khris was out there looking like an old tractor in the field this year. Giannis deserves a more consistent right-hand man. That's all I'm saying. He needs a more consistent. Like I said, he deserves like a Paul George. There's someone you know can get buckets no matter what. That's where I'm saying his second fiddle needs to be equivalent to. I said in the NBA, out of everybody that has a second fiddle, I think Giannis, of the elite players, Giannis is probably has the worst second fiddle out of all the elite players. You got LeBron and AD. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different combos. Where would you rank Middleton on that list? For real. The Truth said, hell, I'm with you. If we playing Ingles, hell, why not suit up Moncrief, Kareem, and Marcus? See what you done started, Mr. Cool? Contain forfeit any former Bucks you want back on the team. Really just Ward, because Ward had a nice offensive back, and I think that Bud broke his spirit. I would like to have Ward back. I definitely would like to have Ward back. Green Ranger said Jaylen Brown had a bad game 7, but I would take him over Khris because of youth. Same. I completely agree. Hold on. Travis Fletcher said Highsmith would be cheaper. Indeed. We have options. I'm telling y'all, this roster is not going to be the same going into this coming season. I'm telling y'all, it ain't going to be the same. It's going to be some moves, y'all. It's definitely going to be some moves. Oh, damn, I didn't realize we was on here that long. Hey, it's getting a little late, y'all. We're going to reconvene in a couple days and keep chopping it up. I'm going to have to get out of here, y'all. Your boy do got to work in the morning and put some food on the table for the family. So I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. Salute to the chat. I am Amara. This is Amara's Logic. This is a video discussing Milwaukee Bucks news, the bashing of Adrian Griffin, potential trades with Khris and Jrue, and us being high on the priority list as far as people that might be trying to get Jaylen Brown. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share this content. Shout out to the best chat on YouTube. And I'm not a Khris Middleton hater. I just point out things that Khris has or has not done. Shout out to Eli J. And I also think that we should give a little bit more support to Adrian Griffin, especially that he's been stamped by so many players. I know that people are hurt by us not getting Nick Nurse, but we need to look at the glass half full instead of half empty and think about we're trying something fresh and new instead of the same old recycled stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's be positive, y'all. I'm going to see y'all in a couple days unless something comes up between then. Gone.